my amazing husband, Steve. And actually, we're not just on KetoMom. So if you're watching this and maybe you're like, what? We are on KetoMom on Facebook, KetoMom Secrets on Instagram, my personal page, YouTube. We've got a podcast called KetoMom Secrets. And we are going through a book called The Power to Change. And I think it's really been insightful. I think it's been incredible. I've actually been finding myself using these phrases as I get my booty up to the treadmill, or as I find myself saying trying, instead we're saying training. And so at any point in time, you can go to ketomomsecrets.com, click on recipes, mindfulness, ketones, whatever you're looking for, but all of the past videos are there. So you can check that out. You can send us a message here. I would encourage you to get the book, but if you don't have the book, we're going through it together. So today's title is I Am in Training, Chapter 2.5. So, babe.
Yeah.
What are you in training for right now?
I'm in training to be in the best shape of my life.
By your birthday.
By my birthday. So I've got August.
Yeah.
But before and even now, you could say, well, that sounds like behavior modification, or like, what are the things that you're doing because you're in training?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it all started with understanding the things that I was going to stop. It all started with some of my underlying beliefs of why I thought the way that I was thinking.
Yeah.
I've identified some triggers. You could call them triggers. They're
Mm-hmm.
cues that have created somewhat of a negative behavior, like a negative habit loop. And so this has been transformational for me because I've identified the who before I started doing the activity.
So good.
And just by that one simple shift, I am now multiple weeks into every day celebrating wins. Where before it was like, oh, I'll just celebrate when I get to that point. And guess what? That point never came. So by me understanding that I'm not trying to get in the best shape of my life, but I'm actually training to get in the best shape of my life. And the reason why I do this is to honor God with my temple, to honor God with my body, to be a good steward of my health. That's why I do what I do.
It's so good.
So honestly, I've had some major breakthroughs, and I've never felt more positive momentum in my own physical well-being than right now.
I love that. The book is incredible. It gives you the steps that Steve is talking about to go through and have your own breakthrough. So it talks about the who before the do. And what I love is, so Craig Groeschel shares a story in the very beginning of this chapter, and he's training. I think he said, I'm 52. Maybe he was older when he started training for jujitsu. Jujitsu. I don't know. Anyways, he shares a story and he's like, I was training. And if you were to come and watch me on the mat, he goes, perspective, you might say I look like I'm losing if you see the man sitting on top of my head and putting me in all these weird movements. And from your perspective, it might look like I'm not doing very well. But he said, from my perspective, from Craig's perspective, he goes, I actually was winning because I was showing up daily. I was doing the work. I was training to be the best jiu-jitsu person that he could be. So while his face is smashed in the mat, he said, I was thinking, I'm winning. I showed up. I'm doing the work. And so what I love is he said this. He goes, no matter how the results on the mat appear, I am not losing. I am winning because I'm training. So as you're going through like what Steve does, his workout routine in the morning, or his DMOs in the morning, and throughout your entire day, you should say this to yourself. I am in training. It will take some time to get where I want to go, but every day I'm getting closer, and every day I do my habits, I win. That is success. Well, that's what Craig says. That is success to me. I'm in training is an important phrase. So as people say things to you like, hey, do you want to come eat hey, we've got donuts in the employee lounge. Do you want a donut? Instead of saying something like, no, I'm trying to lose weight, you would go, nope, I'm training to be the best version of myself. Nope, I'm in training and actually I'm choosing to not have the donut. Hey, do you guys want to go out after work today? Actually, nope, I'm in training and I already have it in my schedule to go to the gym. So because I'm in training to be the best version of myself by summer, by August, by next year, I already have this down. I'm committed to myself because I'm training. And when I do that, I'm winning.
I don't know if you caught what Stephanie just said, but she just gave you a huge key. Did you know what you said?
It just comes out of me. What did I say?
Yeah, the overflow, out of the overflow. She said, I already have it scheduled.
Yes.
So this is a part of habit stacking, a part of being strategic. This is not me telling you to go do something, because if you haven't identified the reason why,
right,
and who you are and like all of those things, the mindset, if that's not there, then to just start adding more dues to your plate, it's just not going to work long term. It may work short term.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did last night, because I picked this up from listening to one of Craig's podcasts, is he says that he actually, before he goes to bed, he pre-schedules his day the next day. So I actually feel like I've pre-decided a lot of the things that I want to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it was, if I just woke up super excited to own the day or to own my morning. Like all the stuff that Stephanie's taught over all the years with Atomic Habits and Morning Miracle and all of the systems and things that she's really encouraged a lot of you to do. I'm just saying, like, you start having the awareness that you're no longer trying to have these breakthroughs, or you're no longer trying to accomplish your dreams or your visions, but you're actually in training to do them. I mean, everything switches.
Right.
So
That's true.
one of the things that he writes down is that I'm successful when I train today. You're actually successful. You can celebrate your victories every day instead of just, I mean, put it this way. It's kind of like I signed up for this 15K Tough Mudder in July, right? And that could be synonymous with a lot of the different goals that you may have. Have it be a better marriage, get out of debt, better relationships, maybe a better job, create better finances, lose 50 pounds, whatever that is for you, right? So for me, it's this 15K. When I booked it in December, my whole family laughed at me, meaning Stephanie and the 4 daughters. They're like, Dad, you just wasted.
We did. I'm not going to lie.
You just wasted $100. Why don't you just do the 5K? You might be able to do the 5K.
That was wrong of us to say that. And
it's fine.
It was a repetitive pattern that Steve has said for years. So the girls were like, Dad, you say this all the time, right?
It's fine. So there's some things
we apologize.
There's some things that I've actually done. Like I've created a vision board. I've created a dream list. It's tied right into my I am statement. Like all of these things are working together. But guess what? Every day that I'm in training, every day that I'm making the right decisions when it comes to food and my sleep and all these different behaviors, I'm actually celebrating every day in preparation for that race in July. Now, will I come in first place? Who knows? I honestly don't even care what place I come in. I just want to show my girls what's possible.
Yeah,
and how could I ever lead from a place inside the home or in life and expect my girls or even my wife to do things that I'm unwilling to do? So that would be the challenge that I'd have for you today, is in your life, these things that you keep talking about. Why do you want to do them? Have you written it down? What are you going to start doing differently? What are you going to stop doing? What are some of your I am statements? How can you schedule it? How can you move forward to progress and to become the best version of yourself and living out your dreams, living out your vision, living out your calling, not in July, but today?
It's so good. So if you've been tuning in for a while, is this making sense? Like, are you using these phrases? Are you finding yourself catching yourself saying trying versus training? Have you caught yourself either making excuses or actually believing the who before the do? I would love to know. And if you're thinking, wait, slow down, grab the book. Go listen to it. Get the Audible. Because really, he goes, here's what we're doing so far. We're focusing on our who before our do. We're defining our wins and the direction of our goals. We're training, not trying. And here's what he says. But now, so you understand that you don't have to wait 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years to win. Because oftentimes, like, you don't think the win is a win until you've achieved that specific goal, right? You aren't successful just when you achieve your goal in the future. You are successful when you train today. When you're training, you're winning, and you can win every single day because you've done those things. You've said no's and yeses. You've stuck to the habits. You've done the gym. You've packed the lunch. You've drove past the fast food, like whatever it is. You've taken your spouse on a date because you want a better marriage. You've learned how to do something different in your parenting. You've said no to the buy now on Amazon. Like whatever you've done today, you can celebrate because it's getting you closer to that goal. That's what he's talking about. And so the action step for this chapter, it was a lot of review. It was a great story. So he goes, get out your, using your goals and your habits that we've already done through the book. You're going to write down, I am going to stop trying to, I'm going to stop trying. And then I'm going to start training by. I'm going to stop trying blank by. I'm going to start training by. And here's an example. It goes, I am not trying to get healthy. I am exercising regularly, saying no to sweets, and I'm going to bed early because I am training. Right? What are you going to stop by a certain time? What are you going to start by a certain time? I'm not trying, I'm training. Physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. That's 2 Timothy 4:8. I love this book. I think it's super insightful.
1 Timothy.
Oh, sorry, 1 Timothy. Okay. All right, so we get to start chapter 3 tomorrow, and it dives into habits, which I think will be great. I know. So it'll be good. Anything else you want to say?
Nope, this was beautiful.
I love this.
I truly would encourage you to do that. Like, what are you going to stop?
By this time, what
and
are you going to
start?
What
are you training for? And physically write it down and
right.
have it so it's out of the overflow of like when you're tempted in that situation, your awareness and the cue triggers and you're like, okay, what would somebody like me who's trying to do XYZ, what would they choose in this
moment? It's good.
That's it.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Your presence matters. This is the book that we're going through. If you're just tuning in, grab the book or just tune in here and we give you the overview of the book. How this book works is if you do the action.
Yep.
How you achieve your goals is by learning and then taking action, not just by listening. So if you've been listening to this, which has been over a week, almost 10 days, my question to you is, have you done anything to move forward? Steve said this yesterday, we easily collect information, and then the next step is to put it into action. Don't just keep this all in your brain. You've got to do the work.
And for those of you who are still tuning in, this upcoming week, we're going to be in Kansas. We are going to be in Oklahoma. We are going to be in Tennessee. We're going to be in Ohio on a little road trip. So if you want to connect and meet up at one of our events, we'd love to have you. And then next month, we'll actually be in Vegas. So we got a really great event going on in Vegas. So if you want to join us, be a part of that, where we'll be covering a lot of the types of things that we've been talking about on this page for the last 8 years. We'd love to have you join us.
So if you are in or around those states, let us know. Send me a message. I would love to connect with you and see if it's something that you can come and join us at.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you very soon.
All right.